am leaving UVU.
Utah Valley University President Astrid Tuminez announced that after nearly 8 years leading the school, she is stepping down in May. In September, the commentator Charlie Kirk was shot and killed on UVU's campus. In February, Tuminez's husband, Jeffrey S. Tolk, died. The longest-serving public university president in the state. She was the first woman and first person of color to run UVU. And Tuminez has championed equality in education, even in the face of the Utah legislature prohibiting DEI offices at the state's public schools. She also defended the liberal arts during state-imposed budget cuts last year. Before her work at UVU, the bulk of her professional life was spent in global conflict resolution, working with warring religious groups in her native Philippines and Russia.
A professor at Utah Valley University named Michael Shively died. I should probably fix that, huh? He didn't just die. This is all alleged. This is all the lawsuit alleging. In March 2019, Tuminez administration initiated a campaign against Professor Shively. It was motivated by jealousy because Sara Flood wanted his position, his job. So they solicited students to file complaints to use that as a pretext for an official investigation. After they solicited students to complain, they formed a tribunal, is what the lawsuit says, which is like basically your own judge and jury. The goal of this, according to the lawsuit, was to get an official justification to fire him and take over his anatomy program that he was running, which was very successful. So for 5 months, they investigated him, but refused to give him any details about the complaint, like what exactly it said. And don't quote me on this, but just imagine being a teacher, a male teacher, and somebody files a complaint against you, and you have no idea what they said. I'm just assuming that is the case based on the lawsuit and how he couldn't get details about it. So that caused him, according to his wife, severe anxiety and public humiliation. His colleagues later stated that the university's process made him a threat to himself. Before the tribunal could deliver its final judgment, Professor Shively offed himself. That's insane. So what happened? His family sued for wrongful death, and the case was ultimately dismissed by the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals. The dismissal was not based on facts of the case. The claims were never argued or disproven. The case was thrown out on the legal grounds of governmental immunity, which protects public officials like President Tuminez from civil liability for actions taken as part of their official duties. So, yeah, that happened. It shows you that she's not only capable of, but she is willing to orchestrate a targeted campaign against somebody. She can mobilize faculty, staff, and manipulate students to provide the ammunition that she needs to relentlessly pursue until they are completely neutralized and out of the way. Why does that matter? Because if you've done the same research that I have, or you've ran into what I have, you would see that it probably matters, and for any of the shit to go down that day, she probably had something to do with it. And for it to go down the way that it did, with a student at the university asking a very specific question, it's a lot more people than anyone can